You know, I don't want to get cursed for that, because he slew a man in the time of peace. I think it's here. 1 Kings chapter 2. No, I don't think it's here. I think it's 3. 1 Kings chapter 3. Then it's 1 Kings chapter 1. Sorry, I don't know anymore. Let me see something. No, that's Gihon. What? Oh, it's here. Excuse me. So it says, let me see. First Kings chapter what? 2. Yeah, 2 chapter. Sorry. First Kings chapter 2, verse 31. And the king said unto him, do as he had said, and fall upon him, and bury him, that thou may. No, that's just King David, King Solomon. No, let me read on. That thou mayest take away the innocent blood which Joab shed from me, and from, yeah, it is King David. Sorry, going on, and from the house of my father. So basically, it was under King David, his not rule. I need another word. Under his umbrella, you could say, because he already made peace with him, and it's gonna say, if I'm correct, because it says right here, and Yahweh shall return his blood upon his own head, who fell upon 2 men more righteous and better than he. They murdered another one also, and slew them with the sword. My father David, it is King Solomon talking. My father David, not knowing thereof, to wit, Abner the son of Ner, captain of the host of Israel, and Amasa the son of Jether, captain of the host of Judah. And if I'm correct, this was another. I need to look it up because I don't want to say, but I thought it was a family member of. I don't know anyway. David, King David. I'm not sure, but yeah. When I do the video about it, Lord willing, of course, in First Kings, I'll go deeper in it. So, verse 33, it says, their blood shall therefore return upon the head of Joab, and upon the head of his seed forever, but upon David, and upon his son, seed, and upon his house, and upon his throne, shall there be peace forever from Yahweh. Yeah, because the Lord will require that blood, because, you know, he murdered in the time of peace. Let's see. 2:25. What was it? 2 and 5, sorry. Yeah, it was here. So, moreover, thou knowest also what this is King David. Right. That he should die. Right. So he told, I remember that he told him to do so. So, moreover, thou knowest also what Joab the son of Zeruiah did to me. That's what King David said. You know what he did to me, right? You know what he did. And what he did to the 2 captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner the son of Ner, and unto Amasa the son of Jether, whom he slew, and shed, this is what I wanted, and shed the blood of war in peace. So we already had war, but now peace was made, and yeah, and he did that. So he kind of cursed the king, because it was under, yeah, that's what I was looking for. It's under his watch, you know. It was under his so-called umbrella, because everybody was supposed to be safe. He was going to get the kingdom back and all that type of stuff and stuff like that. But hey, that didn't work out like that. And put the blood of war upon his girdle that was about his loins. So he cursed himself by doing that, because King David told him, like, don't, hey, you know what I'm saying? But Joab wanted to do his own thing. It's like an uncontrollable beast of rage. Lord willing, look, I'm angry. But it's going to take you a long time to actually piss me off. It could take years. You keep on doing shit. It could take years. But once I'm angry, I don't think I could actually go back. It's kind of hard. Because I'm thinking. But I'm not drinking that much. So I'm not drinking at all, by the way. So I don't think I'm going to get like flashbacks and shit like that if I drink. Like, fuck this guy. How dare you? How dare he do that? I would never do that to him. This nigga did that shit. I can't believe this shit. Why? Why is this happening? So, yeah, but you have certain people, I don't know, little small things and they're already tripping. You know, it's just crazy. But anyway, and shed the blood of war in peace, and put the blood of war upon his girdle that was upon his loins. So everywhere he walked, he had that blood, like a belt. And in his shoes that were on his feet. Do therefore according to thy wisdom. He was talking to Solomon. And let not his whore head go down to the grave in peace. Don't let him go peaceful as an old man. Kill his ass. He should not have a peaceful life while he is having white hair. By the way, this is the natural white hair. Whore head is like gray hair, old hair, Don't let him die in peace. He needs to die violently, just as what he did. And let not that blood come upon our house, because it was our response. That's what I'm looking for also. It was our responsibility. That's like when you are a parent and children from another parent come to sleep over at your children's house, and then under your watch, that child dies or something like that, whether it be from bullying or some kind of hazing. And everybody's gonna look at you, man, like, where the hell were you? Don't you know what your children are doing? That's why you need to be on your kids nowadays, man. Because I remember I was listening to, where's this guy? I didn't listen to everything, by the way. I think I was like 15 minutes deep. Then I stopped it, and I went to go watch other stuff. He was talking stuff about his father, and I was laughing the whole time because his father was like a real strict man, But yeah, he it's from the old school days, man, So the point that I'm trying to make is that his father was on them. They weren't in no gang and stuff like that. But this one, Damon Wayans, for some reason I always call him Damien. But Damon Wayans, he said like 2 of his sons joined gangs. They got jumped in. They went from Beverly Hills where they live, or something. He said a fancy house, a fancy place. I think Beverly Hills or something like that. And then they went to the hood and basically got jumped in. One was a Crip and another was a Bloods. And he was like, I didn't even know I had a Crip and a Blood in my house. Because, you got too much money. So you're not really paying attention to your children. And even if you don't have too much money, even if you're just a regular person, not even middle class, just a regular person getting by normally, not even struggling, just getting by normally. Nowadays, these parents don't really have an insight to what their children are doing on a daily basis. You need to watch your kids, man. They're going to start watching porn. They're going to start watching all type of things up on the internet, because you can get access to anything and everything in existence. Right? So influence. You're gonna come across things that will influence your children, and then you're just gonna look at your children and you're not gonna know them anymore, because they're gonna have they're gonna absorb like a sponge all the things of other people. Then they don't have your traits only. Look, I know this because there was a little one at the place here, and she was basically the only example that she had was us. So she was taking off after us and stuff like that, talking like us and all that there. And all of a sudden she started to go to school. Then she started to come home and stuff like that. Didn't notice it in the beginning. But, you know, they want to teach you that, yeah, children need to socialize so that they can learn how to talk more. You know, that's how children learn. Okay. Started to come home saying different things. Like, what the fuck? I didn't teach you that. Then I started thinking, damn, is that school? Then of course, I always think of this guy. Not always, but I think of this man, what he said. Only a fool would let his enemies teach his children. And it's not just your enemies teaching your children. It's them savage, beast-like kids of the other people. Because they don't have no morals, man. They don't have no scriptural rules. You know, they don't teach their children stuff. Yeah? Right, so... Yeah, so my uncle passed away, so, you know... The girl came and stayed with us and stuff like that. But she was really very young. She was not school age yet. No, I think she... Wait, let me see. Yeah, she stayed with us for like a year before. She stayed longer, by the way. But before she went to school, she didn't go to school for I think a year or two. So she stayed with us. So all her mannerisms was basically me. Cause I was with her the whole time. Well, not every day, but I was with her often. Talking to her and stuff. So she was talking like me. You know, she had my words and stuff like that. My explanation. If she, what is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? You know how children are. So she gonna talk like me, right? But as soon as she went to school, that's when she changed. So I was like, what the hell? I didn't teach you that. That's not how I teach you how to explain stuff. Esau got her. Kept on learning her about her hair. And then before you know it, social media got to her. And then, yeah, it's done. But she was afraid to show me her hair. You know, because she knows I don't like that shit. You know, so she was afraid. Because she thought I would flip out. I didn't flip out, man. That's about the time that I didn't care anymore. And she saw it. She was like, oh, you don't care anymore. Yeah, because I don't give a fuck about you. You're older now. You know, start dressing like a hoe. Even after I taught her, like, don't do that. Explain a lot of things. But you're kind of wasting your time. Especially with girls. You know, not to say 100% of them, but it looks like it was 100. It is 100% of them. I don't know. They only will listen to power. If you slap them upside the head. Even then. But I didn't do that. You know. But yeah. Esau raped him so bad. Esau raped him so bad. Their hair yellow now. Their hair yellow, their eyes blue, their hair straight. I get to laughing at this shit, man. I'm not even fucking worried about them no more. You know, back in the day, she'd be like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like a real pussy. Now I'll be like, yo, go fuck yourself. I hope you die, bitch. I don't give a shit. Ain't no love, ho. Fuck out of here. I get myself a white girl then, nigga. I'm gonna turn into the KKK. Hang your ass, nigga. They think I'm playing because I'm laughing so much. Yeah, let's leave that. But yeah, the point, yeah, you shouldn't care, man. You shouldn't care about these people, man. If you care, that's about the time that you're gonna get offended and shit like that. If you don't care about them, you're not offended. Because you don't care. See? That's the secret. The secret is, I don't give a fuck. What did you just do? Hey, let me put on my old school Snoop Dogg. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I ain't playing with you, hoe. I'm out of here. Right, so Joab got his. So 2 Samuel chapter 3 verse 30. So Joab and verse 31. And David said to Joab and to all the people that were with him, rent your clothes and gird you with sackcloth, which is a sign of mourning, and mourn before Abner. And King David himself followed the bier. The bier is something that you put dead bodies on. Well, you carry stuff. Beer in the Dutch is alcohol, beer. But I mean like an no, that's not what I mean. That's not what I want. This one. This is a beer. Simple English, not the Dutch. If you put the Dutch, it will come. This will come. It will come like this. That's beer, but yeah. This is beer, but beer corpse. You put a corpse on a beer. Rather it be this one, then they carry the corpse. Oh, I saw it there. Yeah. They carry the corpse. Like this one is ancient, like an ancient burial. Probably some Edomites that then let me get the screen picture. Probably some Edomites that are, you know, these these how you call these type of things? It's like a Amish, because Amish is actually Dutch. The Amish people, those are Dutch people. Pennsylvania Dutch. Origins. German immigrants who arrived in Pennsylvania during the 17th and the 18th century. Yes, I think the 17th century is what they call the 1600s, and the 18th century is what they call the 1700s. So, what is the 18th century? Here, 1700 until 800. I always think it's the stupidest thing. This is supposed to be the 17th century, but Esau is a weirdo. This would just be simple if it was called the 17th century. I understand what this dumbass is doing, but this is just stupid to me. But I understand what he's doing. He's doing in the 18th. No, but I still find it stupid. The 17th century until 1800, and then starting from the 1800, that would be the 18th century. That would be just. But yeah, hey, Esau. This is Esau's world, so. And we are not in the year 2025. Anybody in a right mind, most people are not thinking anyway. Unless I ask them. Everybody knows that. Like, if I ask them, like, because sometimes I have conversation with people, you know, I just ask them stuff like, hey, what year do you think we are in? Well, you don't know? You're too stupid? I said, no, man, listen. Do you think we are in 2025? Do you think the Earth is only 2025 years old? Oh yeah. Oh no, that's what you thought. Oh no, man. I don't think. Yeah, you're right. What year we in, man? I don't even. Right. It's just funny, man. You know, just ask questions sometimes. You know, Dr. Child. What's this? What's that? What is this? What's that? And they're gonna want you to shut up. Hey, man, you talking too much, man. You're supposed to be doing stuff around here. You ain't doing nothing. Right. So that's that part. And they buried Abner in Hebron. And the king lifted up his voice and wept at the grave of Abner. And all the people wept. And the king lamented over Abner. So he actually did respect him and love him and like him. Even though he killed a few of his men. But still, he respected him, because what was he doing? He was doing the duty unto the anointed. And David was also screaming unto him like, hey man, you didn't do your job. You should be put to death for not protecting the king. Wait. David screamed at for not keeping the king. Let me see. Yeah, here. 1 Samuel 26:14. And David cried to the people and to Abner, the son of Ner, saying, answerest thou not, Abner? Then Abner answered and said, who art thou that criest to the king? And David said to Abner, art not thou a valiant man? And who is like thee in Israel? Because he was a valiant man, man. You know, you ain't playing with him, though. You can talk a little shit, but you need to sneak kill him, you know, when he trusts you. Because he got word from the king that nothing would happen, so he doesn't have his guard up. Wherefore then hast thou not kept thy lord the king? For there came one of the people in to destroy the king thy lord. this thing is not good that thou hast done. King David told him, like, yo, man, you didn't even pay attention, man. As Yahweh liveth, ye are worthy to die. Right, because he didn't protect the king. You know, he didn't protect the king. So David didn't really have a grudge against them for fighting against them, because he was like, well, you are doing your job. And if you don't do your job, you are worthy of death, actually. You know? Wait a minute. Yeah, here it is. As Yahweh liveth, ye are worthy to die, because ye have not kept your master, Yahweh's anointed, Saul. And now see where the king's spear is, and the cruse of water that was at his bolster. And the bolster is the thing of his head. Yeah, there's this pillow. There's a pillow. Yeah, Rolkussen. So he had a bolster, he had a pillow that he was laying his head upon. Right. So here. Where was I? Oh yeah. 2 Samuel chapter 3 verse 27. Thy kings were thy hands were bound. Let me see. Sorry. Thy hands were not. Oh yeah. Sorry. Thy hands were not bound, nor thy feet put into feathers, as a man falleth before wicked men. So fellest thou. And all the people wept again over him. Why? Because King David said, like, you didn't even die like a prisoner. You didn't die like a man basically put in feathers, as a man that followed before wicked men. You fell before wicked men, basically, as a man followed before wicked men. You actually did, because even Solomon said, like, Abner was better than you. You know, he was better than you. And so was Amasa. They were better than you, Joab. You know, there was men of honor. They kept their word. He didn't keep the word. That anger that was in his bosom, it sparked off like an uncontrollable beast. If you was to be in a council with this dude, he the first one to start screaming at people. I fucking hate people like that. God damn it. But anyway. Verse 35. And when all the people came to cause David to eat meat, while it was yet day, David sware, saying, so do Yahweh to me, and more also, if I taste bread or aught else, till the sun be down. And all the people took notice of it, and it pleased them, as whatsoever the king did pleased all the people. So he was fasting, man. He was like, I'm not feeling no pleasure whatsoever until the sun goes down. For all the people in all Israel understood, here it comes, that day, that it was not of the king to slay Abner the son of Ner. He had nothing to do with that. And the king said unto his servants, know ye not that there is a prince and a great man fallen this day in Israel? He honored him. And I am this day weak, though anointed king, and these men, the sons of Zeruiah, be too hard for me. He didn't want to deal with these people anymore, man. They cost him a lot of trouble. You know, there was probably most likely unruly if he tells them something like, hey, calm down, man, calm down. You ain't got to scream like that, man. You talk normal. He kept on going. He kept on going. It doesn't matter who is you over him, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? This guy keep on messing around. He keeps on doing it. And at one point in time, hey, King David was like, hey, curse this motherfucker to death, man. Kill him before his hair turned gray. For the things that he had done to me. He put me on a lot of stress, a lot of shame, a lot of irritation, a lot of back and forth, a lot of fighting, a lot of this, a lot of that. And all he had to do was just shut the fuck up and do normal things. Just be calm. Because, you know, you're making me roused up. You're provoking me. But the monkey didn't listen. You know, because some people think they're tough. Like, you ain't gonna do shit, nigga. I hit the gym. I'm a strong ass nigga. I'm strong. Because Joab was a tough guy. He was the one that was killing giants and stuff like that for the king. Yeah. He was killing the giants too, because the giants harmed King David, the brother of Goliath, and then Joab and the rest of the men, they went to go kill the other giants, and then Joab told King David, like, please don't fight no more. You're the king. You can't do this thing no more. You're getting older. Because, you know, King David was also cursed. So he died weaker, because Caleb and Romans 6. Caleb and Moses. Here, this one. Moses and Caleb too. Yeah, this is what I want. This one. Caleb died in the strength of his. No, he said. Caleb said, "I am as strong as." Yeah, here. This is what I want. So here, Moses. Deuteronomy 34:7. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. You know what abated is? Become less intense or widespread. Basically become weaker. Because if you're a troop and you're widespread, you're not as strong as when you're together, for example. So that's that widespread part. But the point is that he didn't lose strength. He was 120 years old. If he hit you, your bones will break in your body, in your toes and stuff. If he hit you in your chin, your bones in your toes will break. It'll break all your body, especially the weak bodies that we have right now compared to the bodies that they have. Moses was killing giants, man, in Joshua. He wasn't no sissy. Joshua 13. I think it's Joshua 13. No, it's not Joshua 13. Yeah, sorry. And Joshua 13:12. All the kingdom of Og and Bashan, which reigned in Ashtaroth and in Edrei, who remained of the remnants of the giants, for these did Moses smite and cast them out. Right, he killed those giants and their people and his people. Moses smoked they behind. And then you have Joshua 14 and you see in 11. As yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me out to go fight in battle. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now for war, both to go out and to come in. So he's finna go out, warrior style, go out to the battle, and then come in with no wounds and stuff like that. He was that strong. And then when he went to go take Hebron, his nephew killed the giant that was there, because here, Joshua 14 and 15. And the name of Hebron before was called Kirjath Arba, which Arba was a great man among the Anakims. So these were giants, because everybody was afraid of them. The Anakims, it says here, verse 12. Therefore, give me this mountain whereof Yahweh spake in that day, for thou heardest in that day how the Anakims were there, and that the city, and that the city were great and fenced. They was very tall and fenced out. You can come in. If so be Yahweh be with me, then I shall be able to drive them out, as Yahweh said. And he did. It was it was already prophesied. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, wait here. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go in to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven, a people great and tall, the children of the Anakims, whom thou knowest, and of whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? No one could. And we didn't just beat them. We actually had help, because the Most High did this. Exodus chapter 23, verse, what was it? 28. So it says here, verse 27. And here it shows you that we didn't have no sickness in the midst of us when we kept the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and did not bow to other gods and stuff like that. So we didn't lose. One of us could kill 1,000 of them. In the time of Joshua, we had that power. Verse 27. We're gonna get it again. But you have to understand, they were stronger than us. You have to understand that. So us being with the spirit of Yahweh, like Samson, and the spirit of the Heavenly Father came mightily upon Samson. Yeah, that is what the Israelites had. One other can kill 1,000 of them, but they had Satan. So you can imagine how Esau be basically killing us, because he worships Satan. They're stronger because this is the world of Satan. You know, the Lord Yahushua said, the prince of the power of the air, with whom I have no dealings in this world. This world belongs unto Satan. Job chapter 9, verse 24. Matthew chapter 4. If you bow to me, I'll give you the world. Yahushua said, get thee behind me, Satan. For thou shalt bow to no man but the Heavenly Father only. So, Exodus chapter 23, verse 27. I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. And I will make thine enemies turn their backs unto thee. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivites. They were large people too. The Canaanites and the Hittites, before whom thou from before thee. You're right. I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year. Why not? This is the answer. Lest the land become desolate, like empty, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. So what was keeping the beasts away? See that they were giants over there? No, don't fuck play with these Hamites, boy. 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. They was no joke. The animals was afraid of them too. But they was not afraid of us. And the Lord knew that. Cause they're a bunch of tiny ass people. They're gonna eat you, man. You know? And you should imagine what type of animals were in those days. You know, if I say it, you might not believe it. But if you read the book of Job, you will see that the Lord said, people might not believe it. Job chapter 40, verse 15. Now, and behold, now, Behemoth, which I made with thee. So Job was right there when the dinosaurs was there. Job met them. He know how they sound. For example, here, brother to dragons. Job knows how they sound. Job 30 and 29. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls. Why was he saying that he is a brother to companions? That he is a brother to dragons. Why? Because, verse 28, I went mourning without the sun. I stood up and I cried in the congregation. I am a brother to dragons. These are dinosaurs. And a companion to owls. What do owls do? Ooh, woo. Okay, that one. What do dragons do? And I know that because I watched the video where a person in Congo said that the dragons sound like that. Well, the behemoth. You know, he said a dinosaur. But yeah, you don't have to believe me. But anyway, I know this is the truth because it's the scripture. So, because you can have here. Oh yeah, I put it here, I think. Here, their content. Micah chapter 1, Thought so. I thought it was Micah 4. Micah chapter 1 verse 8. Therefore I will wail, cry, and howl, cry also. I will go stripped and naked. That is when you have been put to shame. You know, you're ashamed. You're made desolate and stuff like that. But no. These are the idols that made desolate. But anyway, I will make a wailing like the dragons. So that shows you what kind of sounds the dragons are making. And mourning as the owls. Yeah. You literally have people that cry like, ooh, ooh, you know, like an owl, like a howling. Or an owl like a wolf. And the dragon. That's how the dragons sound, man. And the only reason I know this is because I saw this. I'm going to show you. Check this out.
And we could see that this animal had cleared out an entire area.
Esau is the type of devil that he puts up documentaries, but he leaves you with more questions than he gives you answers. He's the master of disaster. He's like this evil creature that is a teaser. Let's say you haven't had sex for a long time. A girl comes up often, you know, flashes tits and shit like that. You be looking at her trying to slap the shit out of it. What the fuck you think you're doing, man? You playing with me, man? You know? That's Esau. A stripper. A irritating, very attractively looking stripper. I'm talking about their philosophies, their lies, because their lies are so beautiful that everybody wants to move to America. They kicking your punk ass out of the country, and you still fighting. I ain't leaving. Please don't deport me. I love America. I hate my own country, even though I walk with a flag in your country. My flag. Proud to be from Mexico. But I ain't going to live there, though. Fuck all that shit. Throw that shit out the door. I just want to represent Mexico in America. Motherfucker, America is Mexico. How about that? You know, the devils just took your stuff and they make it seem so beautiful. Let's say if you start to believe it, like, I am really an illegal immigrant. I am illegal. Yeah, whatever. See how good their trickery is? Their trickery is so good. Their deceivery is so good. They make the Mexicans think that they're illegal. That's fucking genius level shit right there. Damn, this motherfucker smart. Wait. I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. I don't even think it's this one. Here, yeah, it is.
Anyone is like an elephant.
Anyone is like an elephant when he saw it, right?
But the neck is very long.
The neck is very long.
C'est too long. Pass it.
This is what he says that he saw. And Esau went over there and he showed pictures. Let me see here. 10:7, okay. He showed pictures to the people in the village. Yeah, here. So he was showing rhinoceros. They know that. He was showing what? I forgot which animal. Bears. He showed bears. Well, not this one yet. He showed rhino. They know. He crocodile. They know. Elephant. They know. So that he was showing all these animals.
Telling stories because we don't pay them to get more reward from us for doing it.
They're not getting paid. They don't have television, so they won't see themselves. It's in the middle of the forest. Ain't no cars coming here. You can't come there with cars. It's impossible. It would be too much money to spend to break through. That's why Esau has the Panama Canal. He doesn't go through land with the shipments because, for example, ships with cargo. Do you think that there exists a road where this ship can just travel on? Let that sink in. It doesn't exist. It can't. Well, it can, but it's gonna cost more money to build a road for Esau to do that than to just put it up on a boat and just ship with it. Come on, man. You really think that Esau is gonna spend money while spending out profit? He's greedy. He has more than eyes could desire. Psalm 73. So there is no road in existence that they have that can let's say you put wheels on this little bad boy. Yeah, the wheels are gonna pop over, boy. It's too heavy. What kind of wheels do you think that you could put here. You can't, man. It's too heavy, man. And yeah, the air is going poof. It's just amazing. It's not even to be thought of. And also a plane. You know how many planes you could stack up on this thing, man? Yeah, the planes is not going to be able to carry this type of load. You know, how many containers can a container ship hold? It looks in the hundreds, and here you could put more. Anyway, so yeah, what was I looking for? This one, yeah.
To help clarify their descriptions, Bill Gibbons has brought along a set of pictures.
Esau comes prepared. He already printed this out, and he's like, I'm gonna show these people to make me convinced that they know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna show all these animals, and the people be like, what is that? I don't know. They never seen a bear. They ain't got no television, man. They ain't got no television. How could you never seen a bear? If you ain't got no television, you can never see it. You don't know how a bear looks like.
They are able to tell the difference between an elephant and a dinosaur.
He wanted them to be. Wait, sorry.
If they are able to tell the difference between an elephant and a dinosaur.
They live in the forest, so they can easily find the difference between Mokèlé and another type of animal.
While Gibbons flips the pages, their guide translates. They don't know a bear or deer. But when
they don't know what a bear is, they don't know what a deer, but then he draws this animal.
Gibbons flips the pages to the drawing of a dinosaur, eyes open and fingers pointed.
This is
and this is, hey, listen, man, I don't need anybody else to tell me anything. I know that this is the truth because this is the Bible. This is why this animal still exists unto this day. They just got smaller. If you read the book of 2nd Ezra 5, you will see that animals got smaller. For example, the hairy rhinoceros. Look, you had the hairy rhinoceros. This one, very big. But look at him here, the descendants. Look, still has the hair. Sumatran rhinoceros, which still has the hair until this day. This was in a zoo because you can see the background. This one is also in a zoo. It looks fake. It's not, bro. It's by far the most hirsute of the world's 5 rhino species. Here is another again in a zoo, and this one had a full deck of hair. You know, they even look cute compared to the other one that just looks scary. Like, I don't want to get next to this guy. This one look cute. He looks like he, probably gonna beat your ass too, because that's why he's hiding behind a tree. But they're not that big. They are Asian and Asian. How you call that thing again? Asian rhinos, man. Damn, what the hell? They're Asian rhinos. Hairy the Sumatran. They have hair, and some of them have bronze hair, bronze skin looking type thing. Like, it looks red, but it's not. It's brown, like copper. They're copper. Some of them have copper skin instead of gray, and their skin look flappy. It's not like it doesn't look like a armor. It looks like flappy and soft, and that could harness hair. But the other ones in Africa, they look like they got an armor. But if you look close, they have hair too, but not as much as these. And then you have the Asiatic one, the hairy elephant. Until this day, look, he looked like some kind of Asiatic dude from Thailand or something like that. And he is from Thailand. It's the Asian elephant. They have long hair. This one looked like he a emo, taking pictures or pictures being taken of him. Becomes net idol. Yeah, little stabby hair, all stabby and stuff like that. So it's the little ones coming back, and there's no new thing under the sun. So this thing got smaller, like this one, like this big one over here. This one is the African one. He's a huge dude. Because the Africans, the Hamites, they was the giants, bruh. That whole region over there. You know, they got the big ones. And then you had the Berber lion. The Berberi lion, I should say. These were, I saw size here. They were bigger. They're bigger than the African lion, but sorry, they are the African lion, sorry. They're bigger than the common so-called African lion. And what did they have? They had hair covering their whole entire under body. But Esau is a goddamn devil. So what did he do? He murdered them for their fur. He wanted their fur. Because it was a badge of honor. And in the Roman gladiator thing, they also had these beasts. They would train them to be hungry and fight. You know? Berberi lion. They're bigger. I don't know if this is a Berberi lion, because I don't see the hair here. And this is a domesticated one. And also, did you know that domesticated animals actually change? Look. Some of them. Domesticated foxes. This is what happens to a domesticated fox. After 8 to 10 generations, the tame foxes begin to develop multicolored coats. This is what happens to a fox. They turn gray. See? They turn. You have them in the wild turning white too, so that's not a big deal. But this one you don't see in the white, gray white. You don't see this in the wild. I mean, you don't see this in the wild. You see this in the wild. You don't see this. You don't see the black one either. The white one you see. And the gray white, you don't see that one. The silver fox, you have two different ones, by the way. You got the silver fox. I mean, like, look. Let me see here. Fox. They changed their coat in the winter time. Here, you can see that. In the wild, they changed their coat. The Antarctic ones, they turn white. Here, 100% white and 100% brown. Or orange-ish, brownish. Stuff like that. And then you have the silver fox, of course. But when you domesticate them, they change for color. Because when it's snowy winter really, then they turn white. Camouflage, as you can see here. But where's the other one here? You have the domesticated one, and Esau does his little tests, but he kind of found out. See, the silver fox domesticated experiment. They change color. Fox breeding experiments suggest domestication can boost brain size. They're already smart. That's why people, even Yahushua called Herod, you fox, because they're little murdering machines. These guys, they think killing. They think of how can I steal? They think to pull a fast one on you. Like, how can I get by this past this little trickery thing over here? How can I do something? That's how he think. That's how he was created to think. You see him looking at you like this, he probably analyzing all type of mannerisms just to get you. Like, you know, pull a fast one on you. I don't mean like bite you or something. Like, they do bite, by the way. You know, most of the time they're not friendly. You know, but they could be. But eventually you can't really tame them. They're not like that unless you breed them out. And then the first generation is going to be kind of dangerous, especially around kids, because you don't know if he's going to snap or not. You shouldn't have him around kids in the first place. A wolf, yeah, you can't train. That's why you don't see a wolf in the circus. Maybe now, let me see. Most of the time you don't see a wolf, because you can't train them. But it is practically impossible to train a wolf. Practically impossible. You can try if you want to. Go ahead, try. That's why you don't see them in the circus. It is possible to train even the powerful wild beasts like lion or tiger in a circus by the trainers, but it is practically impossible to train a wolf. If you want to try and hit them, like how you hit a tiger or lion, This could be the main. This could be the main reason on why we don't see a wolf performing in a circus. Yeah, because he's going to kill you. He's go. I'm like that wolf. I always said that actually about myself. Like, nah, I'm going to try and kill you. But it's only Lord willing, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, man. You know, I'll wait on that. I'll wait on that. You know, so trying to control me. Right. So, Romans 6 and 23. The wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Heavenly Father is eternal life through Yahushua Mashiach, our Lord. So, you had Cable. He lived very long. He lived old and then was very strong. I mean, and you had also Moses. I'm not saying they didn't sin. I didn't say that, but yeah, I just grabbed that to show you that if you sin, then you will die eventually. But so when King David was older, he got a little bit weaker, and not a little bit actually, he got weaker. And also it was mentioned that King Solomon should not let go or just let him just walk around Shammai that cursed the king. Don't let that motherfucker go, because he cursed the king, and it did work. The curse did come upon him. He talked about it before he died. David knew that he died, and then he was talking about Shammai and calling him very slew, like a fox. Where is it? And behold, verse 8, and behold, thou hast with thee Shammai, the son of Gera, a Benjamite of Bahurim, which cursed me with a grievous curse in the day when I went to Mahanaim. So he did curse him, and it worked. It doesn't specifically say what curse he cursed him with, but he did do it. But he came down to meet me at Jordan, and I swear to him by Yahweh, saying, I will not put thee to death with the sword. Now therefore, hold him not guiltless. King David was like, fuck this guy. You know, he's like, no, man, it's your fault. Yeah, it is his fault. What happened to King David? That's one of the reasons King David started to get also weaker when he was older. And Caleb, he didn't get weak because he stayed with Yahweh. Because it says Caleb had a different spirit, man. Caleb had a different spirit, man. He was like, hell no, man, I'm coming to kill you because I believe in Yahweh Bashem Yasha. I ain't stopping. And he's like a lion, like a hungry lion. He is not turning away. He will come. And because he believed the Most High was with him. Because it says, Numbers 14:24, but my servant Caleb, Most High was talking good about him too. Because he had another spirit with him. He was different, man. And had followed me fully. Yeah, man. Yeah. Him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Yeah, man. Caleb was following Yahweh Bashem Yahweh 100% nasta. Hey, no joke, man. No joke. Let me see. And let me see. David. Where is that again? Here, I think here. 1 Kings chapter 15, verse 5. Because David did that which was right in the eyes of Yahweh, and turned not aside from anything that he commanded him all the days of his life, save only in the matter of Uriah the Hittite. So that is where King David messed up. But it says also, I think it says also that he didn't do anything after that. I think I read that somewhere where it is written. I don't know anymore, but I think I read it somewhere. I don't know how it goes. But I think I read it somewhere that it was said that, and yeah, after that, after he did that, he basically didn't sin against the Heavenly Father anymore. After that, you know, he learned his lesson. He was like, nah, it's not worth it. It's very not worth it. So that makes me scared also of girls. Like, hey, I don't know what the hell's going on. Kind of scared of these goddamn. See, you wanna tap that in, but you be thinking like, nah, I don't think it's the right idea. Right? Once we get that spiritual power, then and that real power, then it's gonna be a good thing. But for now, I'm looking at it like, yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 explains to you, like, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You're going to be in a lot. You're going to have fights and all that. Because you have to understand, you're now dealing with somebody else in your life. You know? You have to consider their ways and their lives and their fun things that they want to do. And if you don't do it, she might want to leave, which is just, hey, I don't even want to get with you then in the first place. Until death do you part. Remember that part? They got amnesia and shit like that, man. Females got amnesia. You know? They'll find something better to, you know. It's about 10,000 dudes throwing themselves at these females. They don't need you. They got plastic penises nowadays. They don't need you, actually. They want you. But yeah. If you think about it, girls desire men's attention more than you think. Why do you think they dress like that? That's one. 39. And I am this day weak, though anointed king, and those men, the sons of Zeruiah, be too hard for me. He was stressing them out, man. Yahweh shall reward the doer of evil according to his wickedness. Yeah, man. Y'all gonna get what you deserve and what you don't put me through, for example. And yeah, King David was like, hey, before he died, he cursed everybody. He cursed them all. He cursed Joab, and Joab did die before his hair was gray. He didn't go peacefully into the grave. He died horrible. He died funny too, like a coward. Hey, but he was a warrior, man. But yeah, he died fucked up because he met a real warrior. That's this one. Benai, the son of Jehoiada. He was scared, man. He was scared. Yeah, he was scared, man. He was real scared. No, what are you doing? And man, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna read it. It's funny as hell. I can say it if you want. If you read it, I think it's in chapter 3. I think it's in chapter 3. Let me see here. Maybe it's here. I don't think so. Ooh, yeah, it's here. It's right there. But yeah. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.